Hello everyone, welcome to this week's lesson. Let's get started. Here is our reading list for this lesson. Before completing this unit, you should have chosen at least one article from either the for or against list and taken notes. To begin, let's explore our topic and our own experience of it. Take a moment to answer these questions in a notebook. Pause the video while you answer. Now let's watch our TED Talk for this week. Please access the video via the link in the course outline document and take notes on the video in the TED Talk note-taking pages in that document. Pause this video while you complete the task. Now, refer to your notes and answer these questions about the TED Talk in your notebook. Pause the video while you answer. Please open your textbook to this week's unit. Let's now get to know our topic a little more. Read along as you listen to this topic introduction.
H.G. Wells once said, "All men, however highly educated, retain superstitious inklings." This confirms that even in the technological and scientific world, many still believe in superstitions and cling to ancient rituals, behaviors, beliefs, and practices. This highlights the uneven nature of belief and the belief in mysterious rules and forces. People lean on certain beliefs, behaviors, and objects in order to avoid bad luck. However educated a superstitious person may be, he still wears his lucky shirt during a match, or feels unlucky during Friday the 13th, or avoids a black cat in the street. The belief in superstition springs from cultural and family factors and the fact that people cannot control what will happen in the future. It stems from their desire for a sense of control. However, superstitions may sometimes lead to problems and create fear and anxiety during times of crisis or uncertainty. People tend to depend on these rituals instead of coming up with logical explanations and rational solutions. Despite the known disadvantages, psychologists say that engaging with superstitious beliefs provides a sense of control and can promote a positive mental attitude. It can change the way people behave. They feel less anxious when they perform a particular act or ritual. Even if these acts appear to be trivial, they often give a sense of self-efficacy. Thus, even in modern times, superstitious belief still shapes many of our actions, decisions, and undertakings.
Now answer these questions in the textbook. Pause the video while you answer. Let's explore vocabulary related to the topic. Complete these sentences with the vocabulary on the right. Pause the video while you answer. Here are our 5 idioms for this week. Consider the context the sentence provides and guess the meaning of each idiom. Pause the video while you answer. Here is our discussion language for this week. Choose one phrase and write a sentence about the topic modeled in the example. Pause the video while you write. As we get closer to building our own argument, let's listen to example for and against arguments. For all the bad reputation superstitious beliefs have garnered, they can have unquestionably positive effects, including an increased sense of control, emotional stability, and performance. This is not surprising, since our distant human ancestors created superstitious beliefs, making this a deeply rooted habit. When a person encounters a stressful situation which they can't control, Superstitious beliefs may help them by giving fast and structured explanations, which may prove calming or just less threatening. Even though those beliefs are inaccurate, they promote both clarity and peace of mind. It is not a rare sight to see a professional athlete, for example, performing a ritualistic activity before their match. Recent research in psychology has shown that these superstitious rituals increase performance. Elite athletes have higher levels of superstitious ritual than non-elite athletes, which confirms its role in competitive sports. The superstition may work by boosting the participant's confidence in his own abilities, resulting in an increased work ethic and persistence. Natural selection has a tendency to reinforce weak associations or heuristics that generalize. For example, even though not every rumble behind a bush was an indication of danger, always acting as if it were might have saved a primitive human from a potential predator. On the other hand, overly skeptical primitive humans would have been eaten in the same situation, resulting in the loss of their genes. These evolved tendencies of the human mind are unavoidable, and accepting the beliefs they create is less painful than fighting a never-ending battle of correction and demystification.
Superstitious beliefs can be subjective and personal, but also shared with groups of people, and they have potentially negative effects. Superstitious beliefs create false or inaccurate models of the world. These delusions can range from minor nuisances to very dangerous fanaticism, and they are resistant to change. Carrying a lucky charm or crossing the road to avoid a black cat may be inconsequential acts, but if you make important decisions based on false beliefs, you may make the wrong decision. Some superstitious beliefs may even lead to risky or dangerous behavior. Believing in his lucky charm, a gambler may feel overly optimistic and spend large amounts of money on lottery tickets, leading to financial ruin. However, individually harbored superstitious beliefs can be dealt with much more easily than superstitious beliefs that are shared among large groups. Such empirically and scientifically inaccurate group views can have devastating effects on society, such as the lynching or deaths of innocent people. A few centuries ago, a woman who had been accused of witchcraft could be burned alive at the stake. In the modern world, there are many pervasive pseudoscientific views, the prime example of this being the anti-vax movement. By creating resistance and unhealthy skepticism about the safety and effectiveness of vaccines, this movement has decreased the number of vaccinated children and consequently increased the number of deaths. Superstitious beliefs create false and subjective models of the world that cause harmful effects on all levels, both individual and societal.
Now answer these 5 questions about the 2 texts. Pause the video here. Here is our springboard quote for this week. Take a moment to research the author. Then introduce the author and quote. Follow this with a sentence paraphrasing the meaning of the quote in your own words. Pause the video while you are writing. Here is our evidence type for this unit. Match each statement with the supporting evidence below. Pause the video while you work on the task. Now, write your own examples. Write 3 statements on our topic and support each statement with our evidence type for this week. Pause the video. Let's now gather some more information for our argument. Study the infographic and add any useful information to your notes on the last page of the unit. Remember that every box on the last page must be completed. Every statement must be accompanied by a clear reason and reliable supporting evidence. At least one of the evidence boxes must contain the type of evidence we are exploring this week. Pause the video while you structure and refine your argument. Hopefully by now, you have structured a persuasive argument. Based on the argument you have prepared, post your spoken argument. Be sure to cite the sources of your supporting evidence, including the author, title, and date. Later, listen to the spoken arguments of other students. Choose one specific point made in another student's argument and post a spoken rebuttal. In your rebuttal, argue against one or more points they made and support your argument with clear evidence. Well, that's it for this week. Your homework this week is to choose one or more articles from the reading list to begin your data gathering. Take notes on the article or articles you choose and add information to the last page of the next unit. Thank you for your hard work this week. See you all next week in the next video.